Greetings and welcome to another little discussion with Jules Cape. Great to be with you here today. And our global situation today is fraught with turbulence unseen by a generation since World War II. Nothing is certain and we're all in emergency mode. Still, we carry on under the new dispensation, but the general direction is downward. Life could be hanging on a thread, therefore, even more the time to focus on the end game and our transcendence. Not so much how do we leave our bodies at the moment of death, but how do we live in our bodies to their best capacity in the spiritual journey of consciousness in the here and now. A classic answer to the existential questions of life, like what to do. What to do? Well, the answer to the question what to do can be found in the old texts from millennia ago, because the same questions have been asked by all rational people in their own time, for as long as humanity exists. So it's the same question, and the answer is also the same, which is, what is meant by absolute truth, as opposed to relative truth? One classic text is Bhagavad Gita, where Arjuna also asks the most existential questions at this crucial moment, which is the day where he had to go to war for the survival of his whole world. Everything depended on him going to war. He couldn't back out of it, really. Of course, our world also looks like a battlefield today, and it always will be, in the sense, because the fallen conditioned souls here in the material world, we're stuck here. We have to soldier on, like Arjuna. And when he asked Krishna what to do, Krishna told him, karma. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, is called Karma Yoga. And it's where Arjuna has presented his anxiety about living and having to engage in the world, but wanting to retreat to the forest, to meditate in stillness. Sitting for hours in meditation in stillness has its place, but it's not the best use of our rare, short, valuable human form of life. Krishna says in Karma Yoga, chapter 3, that is in text 8, a very interesting little verse. He mentions there in text 8 specifically a reference to this, where he says, perform your prescribed duty, for action is better than inaction. A man cannot even maintain his physical body without work. That's the quote, and that's the translation in the English of text 8, done by Swami Bhaktivedanta. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami was a man who translated Bhagavad Gita very succinctly, and so that's the translation I'm quoting in relation to work in chapter 3. In other words, as he said in the previous verses, Krishna was talking about how it's not by doing nothing that you will gain transcendence. Every single person is driven to be active, as everyone is driven by an active spirit soul or consciousness. Consciousness is active. We are by nature active. Krishna told Arjuna not to try to go the renounced path of heading to the forest for meditation. He told him to do what he was born to do. And in this case, it was defend his freedom and liberty and the very kingdom from being overrun by an evil usurper to the control of the reins of destiny and the levers of power. It's happening still today. We're watching our world being grappled over by powers known and unknown on the world stage as we sit in a kind of limbo under lockdown for over 100 days now. Reality is for us what it was for Arjuna. It's a battlefield. So, the answer to us is the same as it was to Arjuna. Work. Do your thing. Get up and become intensely convinced of what you wish to accomplish, because every ounce of energy invested will be as an offering of service to the higher good of consciousness and all involved. We can talk about how to label consciousness another time, but here the point is that our mission today is to get up from a life of meditational retreat and self-isolation to engage in pushing back at the gradual invasion of our attempt at attaining the absolute truth, theoretical as well as in realization. Without a theoretical model, how will we know what to aspire for? So you have the theoretical and the realized based on the theoretical to begin with. So to conclude, I call upon us all to seize the moment and to see its value. See the value of your time as it ebbs away by the minute. See the value of our education if you are English speaking, computer literate, and have access to the right educational knowledge. And then act. Make the right use of these skills to make a change in the world. First in your own mind, of course, and then in as many as you can through all the channels that you can. And to effectively, positively affect the world around you. Begin by changing the inner perspective of reality, and then also act to make concerted efforts to uplift the consciousness of the world. So fight your fight. On your personal front, I'm fighting mine here, in the spoken word, in the written word, online publishing, my information that I want to share. So whatever your reach, claim that the truth should be told, the relative truth and the absolute truth. For truth is the very last of the four legs of Dharma, or civilized humanity, which is being eroded more than ever today, according to the current historic era, as mentioned in the Vedas. This is the age of Kali, and Dharma is the last leg of civilized culture. So we seek truth. The last leg of Dharma is truth, and it's eternal. Seek the truth. It is eternal, and ever present, and ever fresh. The truth explains everything. Until next time, we'll chat a little further and some interesting insights. This is Julescape signing out.